We've been waiting for this, the new Honda Accord Hybrid.
My arm's gone numb. Let's drive.
Wow, this is in sport mode and it remains quiet.
Yeah, we had
Very good.
this car, the previous generation, about a year and a half ago, and we were shocked by how much interest there was in this Accord Hybrid.
Yeah.
So we've got the new one. What's under the hood of this thing?
A 2-liter 4-cylinder with a pair of electric motors matched to an ECVT. It has a combined 204 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque. This is a front-wheel drive only model.
Now, we referenced the older model. It had 8 horsepower more, but this new model has more torque, an extra 15 pound-feet. New car, new features. What do you get with the Accord Hybrid?
The base trim comes with a 10.2-inch digital driver display, a 12.3-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Amazon Alexa, an 8-speaker audio system, a power driver seat and manual passenger seat, heated front seats, heated steering wheel, fabric upholstery, a moonroof, and Honda sensing features including blind spot monitoring and rear cross-traffic alert. In the US, heated front seats and blind spot monitoring and rear cross-traffic alert are not standard.
There's an E button. There's also drive modes. What can we put it in, Andrea?
Well, you got to put it in S for subscribe. And if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the couple car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We drop another one on Saturday.
So make sure to like and subscribe, but also follow on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea to see what's going on behind the scenes. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button.
This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code MOTORMOUTH to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below.
There's so much to like about this new Accord Hybrid. Like it a lot. There's some head scratchers. We're going to get into that in Questions, Coffee, and Cars. Like some real head scratchers.
Yes.
But over there, Andrea, how are you enjoying the drive? Andrea likes it a lot.
I think I'm in love with this vehicle.
I'm going to change my name to Accord.
For a non-luxury brand, this is fantastic. It's a fantastic hybrid. It does everything well when it comes to driving dynamics. The cabin is quiet, the steering is precise. It actually has a bit of a sporty feel to it.
Also, luxury. It has a luxury vibe, because what do you really pay for a luxury car? A lot of it comes down to insulation and quietness in the cabin in a luxury product. And this thing, when you're cruising along, is ultra quiet and smooth. Honda does a great job with the suspension. They know how to do steering. Andrea's absolutely right. It delivers. And then when you look at the outside, I think it's really appealing to a more mature market, I think.
I think so too. I just want to point out that this has got to be my favorite Honda right now. We've driven the HR-V, the CR-V, the CR-V Hybrid, the Pilot. This is it for me. I would buy one of these in a second. That's how much I'm enjoying it.
You know, we haven't driven Honda. The Civic Si.
Yeah, Honda.
Get that over to the house.
We'd like that.
Yeah, I think you'd like that one a lot.
Now, one thing we're not getting are the EPA fuel economy numbers. Okay, so
that's kind of a problem for a hybrid.
Yeah, it is. So we're getting about 6.7 liters per 100 kilometers, which is 35 miles per gallon. In the city, you're supposed to get about 5 liters per 100 kilometers. Now, I'm a little bit disappointed with it because it is a hybrid, and the fact that when you are driving at lower speeds in the city, you are using the electric motors in the front. When you get on the highway and you're going faster, that's when the gas engine is going to kick in. So I would think I would get better fuel economy.
So we have to basically back up just a little bit and explain how this works. Totally different than a Toyota hybrid system, which uses their planetary gear set and their ECVT, which switches the gasoline engine on and off all the time. This one has the gasoline engine running all the time. And that is charging a very small battery. Then that current goes into the 2 electric motors Andrea mentioned at the beginning. And then at higher speeds, there's actually a drive that connects the front wheels to the gasoline engine. But that's one of the reasons why Honda doesn't get the mileage that Toyota gets because the engine's on all the time.
And we had the same problem with the CR-V hybrids. Not sure how they can get around it.
You know how they get around this? They get a bigger battery in this and they call it a plug-in, and then you're going to get 50, 60, 80 kilometers or miles of just pure EV. That's how you get better
Plug-in
economy.
hybrid would be great for this model. Who knows, maybe it's coming. Nothing confirmed from Honda. This vehicle offers 5 levels of regen braking. It's controlled by the paddle shifters at the steering wheel. It does not bring the vehicle to a complete stop.
Let's get into the design on the outside. Oh my, could they make this more beige and vanilla? It's quite interesting that Toyota was basically beige vanilla for the longest time. Now Honda's taken that mantle. When I first saw this, I thought it looked from the front like the Volvo S60. That's not a bad looking car, but from the back, what I see is Audi A7.
One of the biggest complaints I hear is about the exterior design of this Accord. They feel like it's starting to look like a Volkswagen Passat. Boring. The Jetta. Boring.
They canceled the Passat.
They did. And even Audi. Audi has a design language that really they don't change much, but it has stood the test of time. I do like the long hood, and the rear I think looks great in that sloping, flowing roof line. But you'll notice they got rid of the fog lights in the front, which is quite a change. It added a little bit more to the front. Now it is very plain.
And at the back, there's no exhaust tips either. It's a hidden exhaust pipe. So it's got a very clean Audi vibe from the back. You know, I think the shape is good. I just think the details are weak. It could be more decorative, I think, to make it look this is not a cheap car, this one.
No.
And it just looks kind of beige.
This comes standard with LED headlights. The sport trim will get you the black exterior accents, side mirrors in black, as well as the rear spoiler. You've got 19-inch black wheels. The top touring trim that we're driving has black and silver exterior accents. And I just want to point out in the US that the EXL model comes standard with 17-inch wheels, but in Canada it's standard 19-inch wheels, and you get a tire repair kit.
My goodness, I just can't take my eyes off that massive screen. We just had the Pilot last week that starts with a 7-inch screen, and this one is a biggie. In comparison, how big is it?
This is 12.3 inches, and it comes standard, and you also get a 10.2-inch digital driver display.
So people were asking, how come we don't get that in the Pilot or any other Honda products? Because what sells are SUVs, and sedan sales are weak, and I think that's why they jacked this one up. But you can bet this is going to be available in other Honda products sometime in the future.
I actually like this one. I know it sits on top of the dash. I would rather have something integrated, but because it's longer and a little bit slimmer, I actually think it suits this vehicle. One thing I am disappointed in is that the top trim has the new Google Android system. It's a new software system. It's really good, but the top trim is the only one that gets Google Maps and Google Assistant. It should be offered across the board, which includes over-the-air updates.
But you know what? This is a copy and paste from the other Honda products we've seen. The only one that hasn't received this interior is the new Pilot. It's very similar to what we've seen in the Civic and others. I like the design, but same thing again. It's new, but it really is quite conservative.
I really like that Honda went with a traditional shifter in this. The previous model had a button shifter. Wish they did the same thing for the Pilot. They didn't, but I'm really happy to see this in a sedan. Let's get into the trims. In Canada, there are only 2 trims, more in the US. So we went over the base trim already as our key standard features. The top touring trim gets features like an acoustic glass windshield, the 6-inch head-up display, a wireless charger, the 12-speaker Bose sound system, driver's seat memory, a power passenger seat, ventilated front seats, perforated leather trimmed upholstery, and heated rear seats.
In the United States, there are more trims available. All trims but the base model have driver's seat memory, heated front seats, a power passenger seat, and leather trim seats. You can add a wireless charger for $350 to the base model, and the top trims add the same features as our Canadian top touring trim that we're driving. So many people, Andrea, skip over sedans. You are missing out because you get more room in a sedan, especially leg room, and a massive trunk. So here's me getting in the back seat. This thing is comfortable. The leg room is enormous. Because of the pitch of the rear seat, you get great leg room as well. Give a sedan a try if you want space.
Comparing the Accord to other competitors like the Toyota Camry and Hyundai Sonata, the Accord offers some great front row legroom at 42.3 inches, a little more than the Camry, but it's the Sonata with the most, with an extra 3.8 inches. Second row legroom, as Zach said, is excellent, best in class, in fact, at 40.8 inches.
The trunk on this thing is enormous. Of course, the back seats fold down so you can get long items into the cabin. No temporary spare tire, a tire repair kit.
The Accord trunk space is class leading, offering 16.7 cubic feet of space. The Sonata has 16 cubic feet and the Camry just over 15.
And it is really nice to get back in a sedan again after all these SUVs.
Sure is.
Cup holders work. Let's get into the coffee.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
Consumer Reports says the driver's seat gets very uncomfortable after about 30 minutes. Your thoughts?
I have a lot of issues with Consumer Reports, and this is one of them. Really? You know what, Andrea? Seat comfort is so individual.
Yeah.
What I find comfortable is different than Andrea, different than you. It's just a silly thing to say because we always say you have to try it for yourself.
For sure. I actually find them very comfortable, more comfortable than the previous Accord Hybrid. So I am enjoying it. I told Zach after I got out of it how much I love this vehicle.
Andrea really likes it. You know what I think has better seats, though, and a better seating position? The new Prius.
Ooh, the new Prius.
It's
I
very
mean,
good.
Not only is it good looking, but it's comfortable. Hey guys, I love you both and think you're fantastic. Thank you.
Well, okay, just stop the video. We'll just end there.
Yeah. What's up with Honda discontinuing XM satellite radio in the Accord?
What?
Any ideas why they took that action?
That's news to me. We have it in this car.
Yeah, so in Canada, the top trim comes with it. But in the US, they have eliminated it. It is available in the CR-V, but not in the Honda Accord.
What planet is this company on?
Is that crazy?
That's crazy. Okay, we love our sat radio. I would never buy a car if it wasn't available.
Same.
I just wouldn't buy it.
That's all I listen to, unless it's my own music.
Yeah, we have to listen to Andrew's playlist a lot. It's just one of those things that your Spotify playlist, after a while, you're like, okay, I'm tired of that. Great thing about satellite radio, you got all the different channels. You got comedy, you got news, you got everything.
I know, not in the U.S. Here's another thing that I can't find in the U.S. on the U.S. website. I've even built every single trim, looked at options. I can't find a heated steering wheel anywhere.
Wasn't that one of those things where you had to add a package after the fact?
Yes, the CR-V, it was an
package.
option. However, this doesn't have it anywhere. If anybody can find it, let us know.
Okay, come to Canada. You can get sat radio and a heated steering wheel.
Standard feature, the heated steering wheel.
I don't understand that at all about the sat radio. I know there's a lot of people buy it. They just won't pay for it. They're just like, I'm not paying them whatever the amount is a year. We pay. We like it.
Couple other things that since we're on what it doesn't get, right? 360 camera is not available on the Accord Hybrid, and also no height adjustment on the passenger seat. Hello. Not even 4 levels of lumbar support.
Honda, are you listening? Just clean that off now.
We put out a lot of content each week on the Motormouth YouTube channel, and it's super easy to find.
All you do is go to the YouTube search bar and type in Motormouth. That's the name of this fabulous channel. Then the brand you're looking for. In this case, it's Honda. And all our videos pop up. It's that easy.
I've always had a bit of a problem with Honda's interiors. They just feel a bit cheaper than the competition, like Subaru or Nissan. The older Accord was definitely an exception, though. Is that still the case with this new generation? But what I have to say about this Accord, keep in mind, it's the top trim. This is the best you're getting with the Honda Accord Hybrid. There are a lot of soft materials throughout, even at the center console, on the dash. I mean, Honda could have cheaped out a little bit more in this. They didn't. There are a lot of soft materials.
You know what it doesn't have, though? It doesn't have the wow. I mean, it's so conservatively styled on the outside. It's so traditionally organized on the inside. This is what I like, though. I like real switches and a real shifter, and it's like it makes me happy, but it's not the wow you get with other brands. And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
I was eagerly waiting for this one. Will this be the best pick in $50,000 budget? Sonata has some really cool features over Accord, and Camry is really good too. So what will be your pick, and which variant is most value for the money?
So this Accord is brand new. We just got it. What has aged in place and has done very well, actually, is the Toyota Camry Hybrid. And this is the 40th anniversary of Camry. So you know, because this is in the market, there's going to be a new Camry, and that will be a much better test than the current one. One thing I want to say, Andrea, before you get into all the specs, because Andrea loves that, is that this is the quietest. This is the smoothest. This is a quasi-luxury experience.
Oh, so quiet compared to the other two. Yes, the Camry offers a lot of value. There's so many trims. It has a low starting price point for a hybrid. If you're specifically looking for value, that's the one. But it's not updated. It doesn't come with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto like some of the other Toyota models are getting that are upgraded. You're going to pay a premium for a Honda. In Canada, they've basically gotten rid of their stripped down base model. So if you're okay with paying a little bit more, it's a good product. It's just really up to you if you want to pay the extra cost of a Honda.
The Honda tax. So what is the official fuel economy and more in our vital stats?
Let's start with pricing. We'll do Canada first and then move on to the US. The Sport model starts at just under $43,000 Canadian, and the top touring model we're test driving is just under $46,500. In the US, the base trim, the Sport model, starts at just under $32,000, and the top touring model is just under $38,000 US.
Here are the official fuel economy numbers. It's supposed to get 5 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 5.7 on the highway. That's 46 miles per gallon city, 41 miles per gallon highway. The warranty is 3 years, 60,000 kilometers, or 36,000 miles. What else can you buy if you want a hybrid?
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. It has a 2-liter 4-cylinder with a hybrid system, a combined 192 horsepower, just one trim in Canada. It has a starting price just over $41,000.
The value leader is the Toyota Camry Hybrid with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder and their Synergy drive, 308 horsepower, and a starting price just under $32,000.
The Toyota Prius has a 2-liter 4-cylinder with a combined 196 horsepower for all-wheel drive, 194 for front-wheel drive. It has a starting price just under $36,500.
One class smaller is the Hyundai Elantra with a 1.6-liter hybrid powertrain and a combined 139 horsepower and a starting price just under $32,000.
So there are 4 hybrid sedans for you to consider.
Lightning round. 2 things we like, 2 things we like to see improved.
I just love how quiet this Accord is.
The suspension is fantastic.
What I'd like to see is the Google software system offered across the board on all trims.
I like a little more decoration on my expensive hybrid.
This is officially my favorite Honda. I've really enjoyed driving this hybrid.
They need to sort out a few quirks, but it's excellent.
This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below.